Dear students, in this video we will be discussing about types of vowels. Types of vowels based on a criteria. The criteria is number of integuments around megasporangium. Okay, here the criteria is based on the number of integuments around megasporangium. We have three types of vowels. They are number one is bitegmic vowels. Number two is unitegmic vowels. Number three is ategmic vowels. Okay, based on a criteria, that is number of integuments in vowels, we have three types of vowels in plants. Okay, in the last video also we have been discussing about various types of vowels, but the classification is based on a criteria, that is the position of micropyle and funicle. But here the criteria is the number of integuments in the vowels or around megasporangium. Okay, based on this criteria we have three types of vowels. Okay, number one is bitegmic, number two is unitegmic, number three is ategmic. Okay, now we will see what is bitegmic, what is unitegmic, what is ategmic. First, bitegmic vowels. Here bi means two, or di also it means two. Ditegmic or bitegmic. Okay, it means two. Means in this type of vowels we can see two integuments around megasporangium. Okay, it is very common type of vowel in plants. Means in majority of plants we can see this type of vowels. That's why it is called as common type of vowel. Okay, now we will see diagram. This is megasporangium or nucellus. Okay, both are same. In nucellus, after maturity we can see embryo sac. Okay, here it is not our interest. Our interest is integuments. Okay, here in this type we can see two protective coats or two protective layers or two integuments around megasporangium. Like this. Okay, here it is nucellus, embryo sac, outer integument, inner integument. Means here there will be two integuments, outer integument, lower or inner integument. Means here we can see two protective layers or two integuments. That's why this type is known as bitegmic type of vowel. Okay, it is a common type. For example, these type of vowels we can see in Malvaceae and Cucurbitaceae. These are two examples where these bitegmic vowels are found. Okay, next, unitegmic vowels. Uni means one. Okay, otherwise monotegmic also we can use. Okay, unitegmic consists one integument around megasporangium. Means you can simply draw the diagram like this. This is megasporangium or nucellus. Here there will be embryo sac. Here only we can see one integument around nucellus or megasporangium, like this. Okay, it is unitegmic type of ovule because it is only one integumented ovule. Okay, this type of ovules we can see in gymnosperms like Cycas and Pinus. In Cycas and Pinus, these two are gymnosperm genera. In these plants, we can see unitegmic ovules. Not only in gymnosperms, in some angiosperm families like Solanaceae, Asteraceae. Hey, these two are just examples. In these families also, we can see unitegmic ovules. But here, one thing we have to remember, in gymnosperms, usually we can see unitegmic ovules only, but orthotropous type, means erect type. Okay, like this. In gymnosperms, we can see orthotropous type of ovules, but these are also unitegmic only. But in angiosperms, we can see this type of ovules, means inverted or hemitropous or campylotropous or anatropous ovules with unitegmic type of ovules. Okay. Coming to the third type, that is ategmic ovules. Here, A means completely absent, means integuments completely absent in this type. Means we can see the megasporangia or nucellus is directly exposed out, like this. This is nucellus or megasporangia. This is a funicle. Okay, here we can see the megasporangia directly exposed. In this nucellus tissue, one cell further gives rise embryo sac, that is common as like unitegmic and bitegmic. But here the only thing is the integuments are absent. Okay, this is about ategmic ovules. Usually we can see this type of ovules in parasitic plants. For example, in Santalaceae and Lorantheaceae. These two are parasitic plant families. Usually we can see these type of ategmic ovules in parasitic families like Santalaceae and Lorantheaceae. Okay, this is about types of ovules based on number of integuments. Okay, there are three types: bitegmic, unitegmic, ategmic. Very important for your examination. And here we have to know one more important classification of ovules, that is the classification based on the amount of nucellus tissue present in the ovules. We know the nucellus tissue is a sporophytic tissue present in the center of ovules, which is useful for the growth of embryo sac. The nucellus tissue, it is a nutritive tissue for the growth and development of embryo sac. Okay, at the maturity, usually the nucellus tissue is completely utilized by embryo sac, or sometimes some nucellus still remain after complete development of seed also. Okay, that is called perisperm. That is other thing. Okay, here our interest is the classification of ovules based on the amount of nucellus present in the ovules. Okay, now we will see that classification with simple diagrams. Here there are two types of vowels based on these criteria. Means the amount of nucellus present in the vowels, based on this criteria we have two types of vowels. Number one is tenunucellate type of vowel. Second one is crassinucellate type of vowels. The vowels in all plants are classified into two types. One is tenunucellate, second one is crassinucellate. First we will see what is tenunucellate. Okay. Here it is megasporangium. In the megasporangium we have embryo sac, right? Around megasporangium either one or two protective layers called integuments will be present. Okay. Here the important thing is, in the tenunucellate type of vowels, the nucellus is just a single layer. Just a single layer. Only the nucellus present in one layer of cells only. Okay. Means the nucellus is very thin in this type of vowels. That's why this type is called tenunucellate vowel types. Okay. Coming to the crassinucellate type of vowel, here completely opposite. Means here megasporangium, okay, here embryo sac. These two are integument layers. Okay. In crassinucellate type, the nucellus is bulky. Means the nucellus is multi-layered or bulky. This is the only difference between tenunucellate type of vowel and crassinucellate type of vowel. There is one more intermediate type also, pseudo-tenunucellate type, that is not that much important. Here these two are very important. Okay, crassinucellate, tenunucellate. This is all about vowel classification. Total we have three criteria to classify vowels. Number one is position of funicle and micropyle. Based on that we have classified vowels into 6 types. Okay. Second criteria is based on the number of integuments. This is second criteria. Based on this criteria we have 3 types. The third criteria is based on the amount of nucellus present in the vowels. This is third criteria. Based on this criteria we have 2 types of vowels. Okay. These are all very important for your examination. Okay. Thank you.